Every night, your mind creates stories, places you've never seen, people you've never met, conversations that feel strangely important. For a few moments after waking, they seem almost real. Then they disappear. Most of us dismiss dreams as random images created by a sleeping brain. Others believe they predict the future or hide secret messages waiting to be decoded. Carl Gustav Jung believed both ideas miss something essential. He argued that dreams are neither meaningless noise nor supernatural prophecies. Instead, they may be one of the ways the unconscious mind communicates with us, not through logic, not through words, but through symbols, emotions, and stories. According to Jung, dreams do not simply reflect what happened during the day. Sometimes they reveal what we failed to notice, a fear we've ignored, a conflict we've avoided, a part of ourselves we've never fully recognized. Modern psychology does not fully support Jung's interpretation. Researchers continue to debate why we dream, and no single theory explains every dream we experience. Yet one idea is widely accepted. Dreams are closely connected to our emotions, memories, and psychological life. So why does the mind tell stories instead of speaking directly? Why do the same dreams return again and again? Who are the strangers we meet while we sleep? And why do they sometimes seem to know us better than we know ourselves? In this video, we'll explore Carl Jung's remarkable theory of dreams, where it aligns with modern psychology, and why the most mysterious conversations we ever have may happen while we're asleep. If dreams are trying to tell us something, why don't they simply use words? Why do they speak through impossible places, strange people, and events that could never happen in waking life? Carl Jung believed the answer lies in a fundamental difference between conscious and unconscious thought. During the day, we rely on language. We explain. We analyze. We organize experience into clear ideas. The unconscious, Jung argued, works differently. It communicates through images, emotions, and associations. That is why dreams rarely unfold like ordinary conversations. Instead, they feel more like films. Time stretches and collapses. One place becomes another. A familiar face suddenly belongs to a stranger. The events may seem irrational, yet the emotions often feel completely real. For Jung, this was not a flaw in dreaming. It was the language of the unconscious. Think about emotions that are difficult to describe. Grief, love, shame. A single word can name them, but it cannot fully capture what they feel like. Sometimes a single image can express what an entire paragraph cannot. Dreams communicate in much the same way. Instead of saying, "You feel trapped," they may place you inside a house with no exit. Instead of saying, "You've lost your direction," they may lead you through a city where every street looks the same. The symbol does not hide the emotion. It creates the experience of it. This is why Jung rejected the idea that dreams could be decoded using universal dream dictionaries. A snake does not always mean danger. Water does not always represent emotion. A house does not always symbolize the mind. The same image can mean something entirely different to different people. Imagine two people dreaming of the ocean. For one, it recalls freedom and childhood vacations. For another, it awakens the memory of almost drowning. The dream is the same. The meaning is not. Jung believed every interpretation must begin with the dreamer's own life. Their memories, their relationships, their fears, their hopes. Without that personal context, a symbol is just an image. With it, the image becomes meaningful. Dreams, Jung believed, are not puzzles with hidden answers. They are reflections of our inner world. And if dreams really are reflecting something within us, the next question becomes impossible to ignore. Why does the unconscious feel the need to show us these reflections in the first place? If dreams speak through symbols, why do they speak at all? Why does the mind spend every night creating stories that disappear before morning? Carl Jung believed dreams are not random mental activity. They serve a psychological purpose, not to predict the future, not to entertain us, but to show us what consciousness has overlooked. Every day, our attention is selective. We focus on work, responsibilities, goals, problems that demand immediate action. At the same time, we quietly push other experiences into the background. Disappointment, fear, grief, desires that don't fit the person we believe ourselves to be. Most of the time, we barely notice we're doing it. According to Jung, those experiences do not disappear. They continue to exist outside conscious awareness. Dreams become a way they return. Jung called this the compensatory function of dreams. He believed dreams often balance the perspective of the conscious mind. Imagine someone who sees themselves as completely independent. Night after night, they dream of searching for help, or someone convinced they are always calm and rational, yet repeatedly dreams of uncontrollable anger. From Jung's perspective, the dream is not accusing the dreamer of living a lie. It is revealing a side of their experience that everyday awareness has ignored. The goal is not contradiction, it is balance. Think of a photograph taken under harsh sunlight. The brighter the light, the darker the shadows become. Jung believed the mind works in much the same way. The more strongly we identify with one version of ourselves, the easier it becomes to overlook everything that doesn't fit that image. Dreams illuminate what consciousness leaves in the shadows, not to frighten us, but to make us more complete. Modern psychology offers a different perspective. Many researchers believe dreams help process emotions, strengthen memories, or prepare the brain for future challenges. No single explanation has gained universal acceptance. Jung's theory remains one interpretation among several. Even so, both perspectives suggest something important. Dreams are rarely disconnected from our psychological lives. Whether they restore balance, process emotion, or strengthen memory, they are not simply meaningless pictures flashing across the mind. And sometimes, those dreams do something even stranger. They introduce us to people who may not represent other people at all. Some of the most memorable parts of dreams are the people we meet. Sometimes they're familiar, a parent, a friend, someone we passed on the street that morning. But just as often, they are complete strangers, people we've never seen before. Yet somehow, they feel strangely significant. Who are they? Carl Jung believed one of the biggest mistakes we can make is assuming every dream character represents another person. Sometimes they represent us. According to Jung, the personality is far larger than the identity we experience consciously. The person we think of as me is only one part of a much larger psychological world. Beyond awareness lie forgotten memories, unexpressed emotions, and qualities we've never fully accepted as our own. Dreams often give those hidden parts a face. Instead of speaking through abstract ideas, the unconscious creates characters we can meet, argue with, fear, trust, or follow. This brings us to one of Jung's most famous ideas, the shadow. Today, the shadow is often described as our dark side. But Jung meant something far broader. The shadow includes everything we fail to recognize as part of ourselves. Sometimes that means anger, envy, fear, or pride. But it can also include qualities we admire, yet never allow ourselves to express. Confidence, creativity, ambition, the courage to speak honestly. If those qualities don't fit the image we've built of ourselves, they too can remain unconscious. That is why dream figures often provoke such intense emotion. A threatening stranger, someone chasing us through empty streets, an animal we cannot escape. Jung suggested these figures may not always be enemies. Sometimes they are parts of ourselves demanding to be seen. From this perspective, the dream is not creating a battle. It is creating a meeting between the conscious self and everything it has forgotten or rejected. Jung believes psychological growth begins when those hidden parts are recognized rather than denied. Not every dream figure belongs to the shadow. Some appear as guides: a wise old man, a mysterious child, a compassionate woman. Across cultures, myths, and religions, remarkably similar symbolic figures appear again and again. Jung called these recurring patterns archetypes. He believed archetypes are universal patterns within the human psyche, not fixed symbols with fixed meanings. The same guide may encourage one person and challenge another. The same child may represent hope or vulnerability. Meaning always depends on the dreamer's own life. That is why Jung rejected dream dictionaries. No symbol carries the same meaning for everyone. Every dream must be understood in the context of the person who dreamed it. Perhaps the most important question after waking is not, "Who was that person?" but, "Why did my mind choose that person to tell this story?" Because according to Jung, the most important person we meet in a dream may be a part of ourselves we've never truly known. Most dreams disappear within minutes of waking. Only fragments remain: a face, a place, a single emotion. But some dreams refuse to disappear. They return, again and again, sometimes for years. The story may change, the people may be different, the setting may look unfamiliar, yet the emotional pattern remains exactly the same. You're falling, running, searching, trying to open a door that never unlocks, or arriving just a moment too late. Why do certain dreams keep returning? Carl Jung believed recurring dreams often point towards something the conscious mind has not yet fully understood. Not because the unconscious is trapped in repetition, but because its message remains unfinished. Imagine someone trying to reach you. They knock on your front door. You don't answer. The next day, they return. Not because they're angry, but because they're still waiting to be heard. Jung believed recurring dreams behave in much the same way. The unconscious repeats what consciousness continues to ignore. For one person, that may be unresolved grief. For another, a fear they've spent years avoiding, or a part of themselves they've never allowed to exist. The important question is not, "Why did this exact dream come back?" but "Why did the same feeling return?" Jung believed emotions often reveal more than the dream's literal events. Missing a train is rarely about transportation. Being chased is rarely about running. The images change. The emotional conflict often does not. Perhaps the most hopeful part of Jung's theory is this. He believed recurring dreams are not meant to continue forever. As people become more aware of themselves, their dreams often begin to change. The person who always runs may one day stop. The figure giving chase may finally speak. A locked door may quietly open. For Jung, these changes reflected something deeper than the dream itself. They suggested that the relationship between consciousness and the unconscious was beginning to change. Modern psychology offers a different explanation. Recurring dreams are especially common during periods of stress, trauma, emotional conflict, and major life transitions. These findings do not confirm Jung's theory, but they point toward a similar conclusion. Recurring dreams are rarely random. They often tell us that something important remains unresolved. And once we begin asking why certain dreams keep returning, another question naturally follows. If dreams really can reveal hidden patterns within us, how should we respond to them? If dreams can reveal hidden parts of ourselves, what should we do with them? Should we analyze every dream, search for the meaning of every symbol, or dismiss them entirely? Carl Jung believed none of those approaches captured the real value of dreaming. For him, interpreting a dream was never about finding a single correct answer. It was about beginning a dialogue between the conscious mind and the unconscious. That is why Jung discouraged quick interpretations. a single dream rarely tells the whole story. He believed meaning often emerges only after observing patterns across many dreams. The same place, the same emotion, the same conflict appearing in different forms. Over time, those patterns can reveal changes that would be impossible to notice in a single night. For this reason, Jung encouraged many of his patients to keep a dream journal, not because every dream contained a profound message, but because dreams fade quickly. Details disappear, emotions soften, and what seems insignificant today may become meaningful months later. But writing dreams down is only the beginning. Jung believed the most important step was learning to ask better questions. Not, "What does this symbol always mean?" but, "Why did this dream appear now? What emotion stayed with me after waking? What part of my life does this resemble?" These questions do not force an interpretation. They invite curiosity, and that distinction matters. Because dreams were never meant to replace conscious thinking. They were meant to expand it. Modern psychology approaches dreams from a different perspective. Many researchers believe dreaming helps process emotions, strengthen memories, or prepare us for future challenges. These ideas do not confirm Jung's symbolic interpretations, but they do suggest that dreams are closely connected to the way the mind adapts and learns. Whether we see dreams through Jung's psychology or through modern neuroscience, one conclusion remains surprisingly similar. Dreams deserve attention, not because they tell us exactly what to think, but because they encourage us to look more closely at ourselves. Perhaps the greatest value of dreams is not that they provide answers, but that they invite questions we might never have asked otherwise. Every night our conscious mind falls silent, and something else begins to speak. Whether dreams are symbolic messages from the unconscious, as Carl Jung believed, or the brain's way of processing emotion and memory, as many researchers suggest, they remind us of one simple truth: there is more happening within us than we notice during the day. Perhaps that is why dreams continue to fascinate us. Not because they predict the future, not because they contain magical answers, but because they invite us to pay attention to emotions we've ignored, to questions we've avoided, to parts of ourselves we may have forgotten. Jung once wrote, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." Whether or not every part of his theory is correct, the invitation remains the same: to become a little more aware, a little more curious, and a little more honest with ourselves. Because the purpose of dreams may not be to tell us who we are. It may be to help us discover who we are still becoming. If you enjoyed this exploration of Carl Jung's ideas, subscribe to Hidden Patterns. In our next episode, we'll uncover another hidden pattern shaping the human mind. Until then, sleep well and pay attention to your dreams.